Boom! What is going on, go-getters? Welcome back to the channel. In this week's episode, we sit down with Isaac Mensah, the owner and founder of Gemini Kicks.
Isaac is truly an interesting character. In this podcast, we talk about a ton of different things. It's funny, it's interesting, it's insightful. He talks about what it means and what it takes to be a business owner. So I really think you guys will enjoy this. There's a lot of value jam-packed in this podcast.
Absolutely, man. And make sure you check out Gemini Kicks. They got all your shoe needs. And stay tuned to the end of the podcast because, like we said, it's a very entertaining one. You guys will love this episode. Blessings.
Boom!
Boom! Boom.
Go-Getters Podcast. Come on, man.
Gemini Kicks.
Gemini Kicks.
Go-Getters Podcast back here with Isaac Mensah. Boom.
In the building. Andrew Tate is a plant. Talk to me.
Yeah,
What's
tell
going
us
on?
about this plant.
He's a plant. I don't believe all the conspiracy theories that he was planted to misconstrue young men into believing that there's something that they're not and to demonize women. But I do believe that the dude is a plant. For what? I don't know. But the dude came out of thin air.
Yeah, out of nowhere. I mean, he's been around for a long time, but he was extremely popular and probably the most popular man in the world for his short little stunt on the media.
Where is he now, though?
Well, we shut him down.
I haven't seen any.
We shut him down.
He is banned on basically every platform.
Yeah, we banned him
all over. Know that.
We did petitions.
We banned him or they banned him?
Well, they
people.
did.
We the people. We the people. We the people
have banned Andrew Tate.
Rightfully so.
Yeah,
I like him.
You taking that point?
A lot of the ideology that he stands by, I can get with, but rightfully so. He was treading dangerous territory.
That's very true.
So, what do you think? Did you like about him? Men rights.
Go-getter.
He is a go-getter.
Okay.
Go-getter.
All right. Solid strategy. He's on the chessboard. He's pushing the pawns.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a lot of people do say he would probably be just as popular, if not more popular now, if he just shied away from the whole misogyny shit, talking down on women.
Those were the areas he was treading.
Yeah.
That were getting dangerous.
It was dangerous.
Yeah.
It was dangerous. There's definitely guys out here that heard that and were like, yeah.
Did you have any of those friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think everybody did.
Dude, I think colleges across the country felt the waves of the energy he was putting out.
Yeah.
Colleges right now, there's dudes out there that are just
running through.
Saturday night, boom, get out.
Yeah.
They just throw on an Andrew Tate video before hitting the party.
Exactly.
Just get dialed up.
Damn.
He's probably he's in the pregame.
What do you think it is that people are able to tap into to give them that type of charisma and that type of power? Could you see that a lot of times in history where people are able to spread their message in a way that everybody in large amounts can connect with, and then they start to change their own ideologies?
I think that it's because they truly believe in everything that they're talking about. And you have to be a little bit narcissistic when you reach a level of influence like that. Mm-hmm. And they truly believe in everything that they're talking about. So when somebody like Andrew Tate comes on the scene and he's speaking to you with so much conviction that you have no choice but to be like, okay, I might not agree with it, but I respect it. And that's enough for you to get on his wave.
Conviction. Do you subscribe to the idea that an individual can create their own reality with conviction? They can manifest the ideas that they have in their heads. I don't know, a big supersonic sneaker store, something like
this.
You can have a vision.
Boom. I manifested it.
Yeah.
I really did. I went from high school, probably up until 11th or 12th grade. I didn't have my first pair of Jordans. Started working at Burger King 11th or 12th grade, bought that first pair. And I'm like, oh man, I want these. You know? It makes you stand out a little more. Unfortunately, it does make the high school life easier.
Yeah.
You know? So, which sucks, but when I got a little taste of that, and I'm like, oh, I never had these due to financial reasons, right? Due to growing up with a single parent. When I had the opportunity, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this, right? Fell in love with the sneakers. Fell in love with the way they made me feel, how I looked. You know what I mean? Look good, perform good. And when I was in them, I performed good. Real good.
So what made you want to do this, man? This whole thing that you have here.
Well, first you started selling sneakers in high school, right? You were flipping shoes and stuff like that?
A little. People say that, but I really don't think that I was selling shoes in high school. Definitely not. No.
So when did you get into flipping shoes? Or that type of business?
All right. So boom, we graduate.
Yeah.
We graduate in July, right?
Mm-hmm.
In high school. We graduate in July. August comes around. I'm leaving for the Navy.
Right.
August like 18th or something.
Right.
So you think about it, June, July, August. I was definitely not selling shoes. I get shipped out overseas. Well, first I go to boot camp, boom, get shipped out overseas like a couple months later, maybe 6 months, 8 months later. And I'm overseas. I didn't bring any shoes with me because I went there to work.
Yeah.
I went there to get money, pay for school, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And while I was over there, man, I just saw the opportunity. Nobody over there was rocking Jordans, and they were all sitting on the shelves. Shoes that were back here, booming.
Yeah.
Booming. You're paying $400 or $500 for the shoes that were sitting on the shelves over there, and I'm just like, wow, I could really, I could take this market.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
So it was like, and over there they offer discounts. You'll never walk into a Champs, see Jordans on the wall, and they'll be like, yo, buy one, get one 50% off. That's how it was over there. Which
Where were
is
you stationed?
crazy. Bahrain.
Where's that?
Which is?
It's like I want to say maybe 2 hours from Abu Dhabi.
Wow.
Dubai.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it was kind of crazy. And it just fell into my lap, dude. The dominoes were falling. Actually, what happened was, shout out, Gurvinder Mathan, another guy you guys need to interview.
Gurvinder?
Yes.
Good vendor.
Tough.
At Jigged.io on Twitter.
Tough.
Dude is
What's he about?
software.
Yeah.
Software.
Okay.
Kid's all about software. That kid knows software, but he was onto the shoe stuff way before me. I remember I was overseas. I bought my first pair of Yeezys off of him. Bought a pair for my girl too. I didn't really like the price that I had to pay, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
And then boom, I see him at the mall, and it's because everything kind of just domino affected, and that was that.
So he basically kicked off, like you would say, the e-commerce. Did he help you on that side of things, like getting a
No.
website made?
No, we're not even really close friends like that. I
Yeah.
gave him the shout out because you give respect where respect's due.
Absolutely.
But kid's just a hard worker. But he was on this shoe stuff way before a lot of people. Him and another shout out, Gordy Roberts.
Gordy.
Gordy.
What's Gordy about?
You know Gordy.
Gordy.
No?
Nah.
Gordy started shoes in the Luzerne County. Guaranteed flatline, period.
Really?
Gordy Roberts started
Where's he
sneakers. I want to say he's from like the 44 Kingston area.
Well, my dude, shout out Mondo Salvanti, I believe
Yeah.
you say it. He had Diamond City Kicks, right?
He did.
Right?
He did.
So where does that fall in line? Like, how did this whole thing come to fruition? The
hierarchy
sneaker
of
scene
sneakers.
is
The
in
hierarchy,
County.
I'll tell you where the hierarchy starts, right? So Gurvinder was a small player in the sneaker thing, but he was the software guy, right? So he was the guy with the bots. He was the guy that knew how to run the algorithms,
That
right.
makes sense. I get that.
right? So he was
To
he
get
was-
him.
to get the shoes.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him.
That
Nike.
guy.
Got him.
That guy.
That guy.
Got it. All right.
So,
Oh my god.
but the start of the shoe game in Luzerne County is all due to Gordy Roberts. Like that's who everybody looked up to. That's who I look up to. As when I first started, I remember I saw him at senior week, the Ultra Boost. I hope you guys can put a picture like right here or something.
yeah,
The
we'll
Ultra
try.
Boost.
The
try.
Ultra Boost, the first one that Kanye wore on stage, it was a regular shoe. Kanye wears it on stage, it sells out immediately. It's going for like $300-400. You couldn't see one on the face of the planet unless you were Gordy Roberts. You know, and I'm exaggerating when I say that, but he had like 4 or 5 pairs I remember
Yeah.
to take down to senior week.
Oh, okay. So that was his play.
Because he knew that he was just gonna dick him because
Yeah.
he could
What do you mean, dick him? Like
mess him up.
Just
'Cause
wear 'em.
we're just kids down
Whoa.
at senior week.
Yeah. That's crazy. I thought you meant to sell him.
No, he was just like that.
that. So what's he
Yeah.
up to now?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, where are these guys at now? They still doing this shit?
I don't know if I can give out his business because I didn't put his last name out there, but he works for a shoe company right now, very high up,
That's tough, man.
and that's that on him. And then here I am. But as far as the Mondos
Yeah.
and the Jarretts, we all went to school together.
Yeah.
You know, I was doing it. They were dabbling in other things. I'm sure they were already into shoes and stuff like that. And then we just figured, we're all in the same area. We kind of just spread knowledge amongst each other, and then we all kind of took off. But those two kind of took on the, what's the word I'm looking for?
Corporate.
Corporate.
Corporate nightmares.
You're
Yeah.
good.
Nightmares, man.
You're
doubt.
good. He's good. Corporate. Yeah.
So
corporate
what is it
America.
about these shoes, man, that kind of they are kind of a staple in a lot of entrepreneurship mindseted people? Why do you think that is?
Dude, like I think like okay, a lot of entrepreneurs wear them. Or are you
Yeah.
saying like a lot
A lot
of
of people-
entrepreneurs take up the sneaker business?
Yeah, a lot of entrepreneurial minded people get into the sneaker selling business?
It's easy.
Okay.
It's easy. The demand's already there. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Supply and demand.
Yeah.
Economics 101.
Economics 101, supply and demand. All right. All you need to do is get the first half, the supply, the demand's already there. It's easy.
So you had to figure out the supply.
I had to figure out that
Aspect
it
of
was a supply issue. But now I got it.
It's bigger now than ever, would you say?
It's huge. I think in 2016 it was still considered like a multi-million-dollar industry.
Yeah.
2017, 2018, then moving into COVID, multi-billion-dollar industry.
What's the rarest pair of shoes in here?
Jordan 1 Chicago's 2015.
Where they at?
Are they out or are they in a box somewhere in the
They're in
fucking
a box
Oh, okay.
in the front.
Oh, in the front.
In the front.
So when did you decide, like, I'm going to open up a store? Like, this seems to be the most logical thing for me to do.
Another guy that you guys interviewed, Jose, NYO.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out.
Guy, NYO. Shout out
Yes.
NYO.
Yes. That dude has been an awesome mentor for me. And he was yelling at me for about a year. Man, you need to open a store. You need to open a store. And then finally, I'm just like, I should probably open a store.
Yeah.
You know, after hearing him for so long in my ear. And then also, too, I was having a baby at the time. You know, we were expecting a newborn. And I got about 400 or 500 pairs sitting in my house. You know, so we can't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Need the space.
The lady said they got to go.
Yeah.
It's not very safe to have that much dollars worth of merchandise just sitting
That's
in your
true.
house.
That's true. Yeah. So, you know, it was just convenient. And I'm glad that it happened.
Yeah.
You know?
So about when did you open this place, would you say? You said you're in the first year.
Yeah, so December of 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was still in college, like right when we opened. I was graduating in May. So I had 5 months of opening the store while going to class, you know. So I was running back and forth from class to opening the store when I could, just hoping I would catch customers. It was really slow in the beginning, you know. It was like really, really hard. I'm like, dude, this isn't going to work. I thought I was going to fail immediately, you know. Even just trying to move in and set everything up.
Yeah.
So definitely like that first, I think I got the lease in September. So the first couple months of work up, I'm not really selling any shoes because I'm focused on getting the space ready. Then December 1, we launch like a pre-day. I'm just marketing. Snapchat, best tool I ever used, Snapchat. Marketing. And December 1, we get like 100 people to show up. And we just go crazy. We got like the next 2 years rent, day one.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is going to work.
So then how's business?
Booming.
Boom.
That's cool, man. That's crazy. So you're in this for the long haul, huh?
I don't know.
Still got some things lingering back there?
Dude, I am so sporadic.
Yeah, impulsive?
Spur of the moment.
Kind of. Like the thing that I cherish most on this planet is security. Like that's the greatest joy for me, is knowing that I've created security for me, my family, you know what I mean, my friends.
That's like a fundamental spiritual need.
Yeah.
Right?
Security, dude. I can't operate functionally at all without like at least 99% certainty in the decisions that I'm making, which sounds weird because you see that I've taken a risk with opening a business and things like that. But for me, the security's still there because I trust in myself 100%.
Doubling down on yourself, betting on yourself.
100%. That J. Cole song, it dropped like back in December, and it was like, when I'm betting on myself, then I completely double down.
Yeah.
I say that to myself at least once a week.
Yeah.
Because this business, it ebbs and flows. I'll straight up right now at this moment, 9/11, 2022.
Yeah.
Moment of silence.
It is 9/11.
Yeah.
We're back.
Give it to him.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I'm in the military, so you know I gotta respect and represent
Thank you for your service.
definitely all the lives that were lost on 9/11. We respect and we appreciate all the efforts for everybody that took the time out to try to save a life and evacuate people. That was a terrible day, and hopefully never again.
So what got you into the service?
School.
To pay for school?
To pay for school. For a lot of people, it's different. But for me, it wasn't for God. It wasn't for country. It was for self. You know, which kind of sucks. But I truly believe that to be selfish makes you the most selfless, because I can provide the best version of myself to everybody else when I'm focused on myself first.
That's a good perspective,
you know?
man.
You got to focus on number one first. Guaranteed.
So what was the first year you enlisted?
2016.
So walk me through that. What's that like? You said you were stationed near Dubai?
Yeah, so, but first, you know, I joined, recruiter came to Myers. I joined, and they ship you out to boot camp And the going overseas part, they didn't tell me that just because you join, you don't get college for free. Contrary to belief.
So
just because you join doesn't mean free school.
So walk us through that a little bit. What does that necessarily entail? Because I was under the impression of that too, and they almost got my ass the same way.
They'll get you. They will get you. So they don't tell you that. To get schooling, you need like, I want to say 12 months of consecutive active duty time to even qualify for, I think, 50%. Wow. And then when you do 2 years, you unlock 100% of tuition paid. So I had to go overseas in order for me to reach my goal, which was school, you know?
But did that offer you a new perspective in your life? Being in an unfamiliar environment with different types of folks and different types of scheduling, a disciplinary aspect of life. Yeah? Yeah.
Life-changing.
Yeah.
Life-changing.
In a positive way.
Yes, it was the greatest thing, dude. It was the greatest thing that I ever done. When I went to leave for overseas, I was homeless.
So it gave you a place to stay, something to do.
So it made sense. Like, it seems like the moves you're making are making sense. Like, they're logical in a way.
You're talking about manifestation.
Yeah. Like, you're moving pieces in a way that...
I'm not moving them.
Okay. God is moving them. Who's moving them?
Him.
God did.
God did. God did. #1 album out.
Oh,
yeah.
2022 #1 album. God did.
Yo, sidetrack. You ever think you make music again?
Come on.
He was just telling me about that.
I still got it.
For real?
I still got it.
The freestyle at 3 a.m, just when you got to get it off your chest real quick?
I still got it.
Yeah?
Sometimes, you know, I'm out late night at the bar, in the car with the friends, and the beat goes on because they know I still got it.
So that's the next avenue for Gemini King?
No, never.
So we about to turn to Funk Flex and put it on the Roadcaster, right?
I'll never go back to the music. We have some very impressive talent out here right now. Yes. And I'm hoping that somebody gets their shot from out here.
For sure.
Yeah.
So that's definitely not my avenue anymore. I know where my skills lie. Yeah. And it's not in the industry of music. So I'll just stick to shoes for now.
Yeah.
All right. So in terms of business, where is your skill set? Like, are you a systems guy? Are you a guy who the visionary? Are you like what is your skills in terms of business?
I grab the mic.
Grab that shit. Take it out.
Yeah, pop her out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Move that John out the way too.
Yes.
Oh shit.
It's okay. You got me.
Let's talk business.
I had to grab the mic.
Let's talk business now.
Oh yeah.
I had to grab the mic for this one. So, as corny as this sounds, like, I'm a man of the people. 100%. My best skill set in business is my ability to communicate, but communicate purely. Like, I'm honest with all my customers.
Authenticity.
Authenticity.
Important.
Like, I'm exactly. So when I speak to somebody, they know that what I say is what I mean, you know? So my best attribute when it comes to business is definitely my communication skills and the energy that I pour into somebody every single time I'm talking to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to have my attention. I'm going to speak to you truly with conviction. Like, you're going to understand what I mean. So that's definitely my greatest asset, hands down. And the smile.
Yeah.
The smile.
That builds a strong business, man. I mean, I could tell since day one, like when I found out that you were doing this, it was through word of mouth and it was through social media and how much everybody fucked with you online. At least it seemed that way because everybody was posting about you.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Like, the support that I've got, like, people.
Yeah.
Did I just rewind it?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go for it.
People talk about the valley.
Yeah.
And they say, hey, it's bad. I got to move out. Once I
Yes.
get away from this place, I'll never be the same again. I can't wait till I leave. The support system that I've had here, that I've experienced here,
Different.
Unmatched.
second, unmatched. I've made the best friends here. The support system of people who probably wouldn't even call me their friends, but the way, the level, the magnitude of how much they support me is unreal. Unreal. And I've been across the world.
Yeah.
It doesn't change anywhere you go. Guaranteed it will not change. Like, you can change the people around you, right? That helps. That might help a little bit, change who you're hanging out with. You know what I mean? But it starts with you, and it starts with perspective. It starts with that spirituality, that manifestation, that's saying that I am who I am, right? And I'm gonna build the life around me foundationally as such. And when you do that, the dominoes fall. You guys do it.
Yeah, we're trying.
You guys are doing it now, right?
Trying. Yeah, I mean, we're here.
You guys are doing it now.
We're here. Gemini Kicks.
Gemini Kicks. But nah,
Oh,
man,
man.
I agree with you, man.
Go Getters podcast.
The city's like a flower, man. If you water it, this shit'll blossom. It'll blossom. You got to do it here. You can't just get out of a city and expect to throw yourself in the pond with a bunch of fish and expect to swim. That's not how it works. Start it.
That was a mic drop.
Mic drop.
I hope that you guys can really rewind this so you have him say that like 4 times before you go back on to the next thing we're talking about.
We're working on the editing.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I told you I was going to turn the tables.
Yeah.
Right? Here's the thing. Like, when you guys started, how did you guys decide that you were gonna work together? That the Go Getters podcast was gonna be ran by you two?
Well, I always wanted to have my own podcast. Well, I wouldn't say always. And up until about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, I knew that I wanted to have some kind of entertainment platform, whether that be YouTube, podcast, and whatever it may be. I guess it was the tools that me and him kind of provided to each other, because I started this like by myself, and right away the first episode I did was with him. And then I knew basically at that point that me and him were probably going to be doing it together forever. We also do it out of his house. That's where our studio is located. So
I bought a house, and then when I bought the house, the way I bought it, people just left it. Like, they picked up one day and left. They left everything there. And so I cleaned the whole place out, but there was this really beautiful attic, and this attic had like this room in it. And I was like, wow, that would be a really cool podcast room. And then me and my friend Michael Horvath talked about doing a podcast. And ever since then, it was just kind of a seed in the back of my mind, but I wasn't watering it. You know what I mean? It was just back there in the darkness. And so I cleaned this room out, I cleaned the whole house out. And I was like, damn, that'd be a cool podcast. And him and I are cousins.
Okay.
We grew up together forever, Sturtevant Street, 51.
Yeah.
And
Sturdy.
Sturdy. Yeah. And so he had the idea. He'd been talking about Go Getters, and I had the idea, and then we did a podcast, and it was just like, this just seems right.
Yeah.
Boom. Fast forwarding, right?
Yeah.
You get your first podcast together jointly. Who was the first person that you interviewed?
Besides him and I, because I brought him on for the first episode, besides him and I, number 2 was with Cinco.
Cinco.
Okay. And then you guys probably had half of the equipment that you have now. Less of the knowledge, less of the know-how.
We didn't have anything but this, the Rodecaster, and
Right.
a couple cords and a couple mics, obviously.
Yeah.
No
Right.
camera. The first 10 episodes had no video.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm just listening. I'm like, where's the video?
That's what everybody was saying, man.
But you did it. But now, how long have you been doing this?
We have been posting episodes. So episode 1 was probably posted about 4 months ago, right at the start of the summer. But the vision, and me and him were talking about this earlier, the time that we had cleaned out and set up the studio for the first time ever was like a year ago, about like a week ago. So
Right. So slowly working on it.
yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, you guys are definitely going to experience once your success comes more and more, which it already is. You're on the downhill right now, and I don't mean that in a negative way.
Yeah.
I just mean you're picking up momentum.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to notice that people are going to be like, oh, must be nice. They got all this equipment.
Yeah.
They're doing this. You know, they were able to interview this person and that person, right? But they're not going to recognize that year of planning, that 4 months of hard work, no pit crew. Wait till they see you got your own pit crew.
Pit crew.
Right.
Wait till they see you got your own pit crew to come set up equipment.
Wait till I'm driving the Go Getters Tesla.
Yeah.
Woo,
That's
Go Getters.
Maybach.
You know, like, it's crazy how much the early work gets overlooked.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's why a lot of shit doesn't happen. That's why you hear a lot of people saying, you know, one day I'm going to do it. It's like one day or day one.
Right.
What's it going to be?
Whoa. That was
Whoa.
big.
Run that one back,
That
too.
was big.
One day or day one.
One day or day one.
Yeah.
But, yo, like, the beginning stages, the world has a way of testing you.
Yes.
The world has a way of putting you through trials and tribulations to say, hey, Isaac, do you really want this? Is this really where you want to go? You know what I mean?
I know. Let me tell you a story.
Go ahead. Let me hear it.
Overseas, right?
Yeah.
I'm selling the shoes. I've already started at this point. We probably made a couple dollars. There was Center City Mall in downtown Manama, Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Yes. Shout out. Beautiful place. But I lived about 4 miles away, right? It's about 8 p.m. They don't really have traffic laws like as strict as we have here, right? I get on my bicycle, 7, 8 p.m. I ride that 4 miles, pick up about 20 pairs. 20 pairs is hard to carry in bags and walk with through the mall.
Yeah.
I put them on the handlebars.
Oh, fuck.
Save money. I ride the bike over there. Don't even pay for the Uber. I ride the bike over there thinking I'm only going to pick up 1 or 2 pairs.
Yeah.
I find 20 that I want and I can afford. I buy the 20, put the bags on the handlebars, and bike 4 miles back, sweating my balls off.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the legwork that people aren't gonna see. They're gonna overlook. And I've never told that story before.
Literally.
I've never told the story before. Let it be documented now on this day.
The quadriceps.
Back then,
Yeah, the fucking leg work.
Talk about leg work.
dude.
That's the workout for
dude.
the day.
And you're talking in the middle of the desert at
Oh
night.
my God.
Like at night, it gets they say, it gets cold. Like it was still 88. Like you know. So
Abu Dhabi.
exactly. So those
77 bands.
those
Oh my
things get
God.
overlooked so often. I hear people come in here like, you know, and then people reach out to me and I don't mind helping, but they're like, you know, I kind of get the impression that they're like, oh, must be nice. And you must have had a lot of startup capital to do this. Like I went from homeless to being overseas to buying the shoes with like, you know, little to no money. You know what I mean? Like I started this with 1 pair, turned to 2, 4, 6, 8. That's just how I did this thing. It was those small steps. And now we've built to what I see. I come in here every single day. I look at over 1,000 pairs and I'm just in astonishment, right? Because nothing can be better than watching yourself grow, right? Watching that flower grow like you were talking about. And I just can't wait to see that for you guys.
It's going to happen, man. I promise.
I know.
Well, people see things in black and white, man. They see this thing that you got going on here with all these shoes and be like, damn, that must be nice. It must have happened overnight. That guy got things I don't have, or he got gifted this, he got gifted that. People just see things in black and white. They have no idea that you were riding a fucking bicycle through the desert with 20 bags or 20 boxes of shoes on your bike. Nobody gives a fuck about any of that. They just care about, oh, look at the shiny shoes on the shelves and the nice lights and the nice building you got here. That's all they give a fuck about. They don't care about the
the black and white. Crazy.
It's crazy how people work, man, but that's really how most people go about looking at things.
So did you always have like an entrepreneurial kind of spirit? Like were you always like even in school trying to flip the gum packets and stuff like that?
The lunch tickets and shit?
Yeah.
Always. Me and we were in the bathroom shooting dice.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the dice because some people got a little aggressive. Most of the time, I was the person getting a little aggressive. I had the little man complex.
Napoleon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had the Napoleon complex in high school. So I realized like pretty quickly I couldn't be shooting the dice like with everybody. But I was always hustling for a way to make a buck. Always. And my mom instilled that into me. My brother had it. The whole family. We all got it. We all got that itch.
So what else are you speculating? Where else is your mind at in terms of making a buck? You got sneakers, you know. Where else are you looking to get your feet wet in?
That's a good question. Ultimately, right? Because I'm telling you, like I've seen my mom struggle with having to pay rent, right, and not having a house, but not having a home.
Yes,
our home was us four, right?
Yeah.
But any building that we lived in, that wasn't really like the home. You know what I mean? Like I want to be the lord of my land.
Yeah.
You know,
Have the deed and shit.
Exactly. So ultimately, the goal is real estate. But I don't want the real estate for all the money and the gimmicks, right, and the flashy and this and that. Like, I can tell you quite honestly, at this point in my life, I truly want for nothing. But, sidetrack, there is one thing that I want, right, and that's the home, which I've kind of held off to. I still don't own my own home. I've kind of held off on it because I fear that I'm going to get content once I get it. Like, for me, all I want more is to just have me, my family, and my home. Build my home, right? I do want to have other homes to say, oh, because that for me, that's a measure of success. I grew up no home. Now I got my own home, and I got 6 other homes. You know what I'm saying? I got 6 other properties, and I got mine. That's a measure of success. How many X's did you up your life? And if I got 10 homes, I say, hey, I 10X'd my life.
Yeah.
Even if I 1X it, I'm cool with that. Like, I am 100% cool with having my home and my family, my white little picket fence and the dog and the cookie cutter lifestyle. Like, I've dreamt of that ever since I was probably 10 years old. Like, that's all I've ever wanted.
You think that's where you'll become content?
Yes, that's what I fear. And I don't want to because I recognize the potential that I have, right? And I expect a lot from myself. But ultimately, I know that would make me happy, you know?
So that's a weird battle.
That's interesting.
It's a weird battle. It is a very weird battle because you'll talk to me one day and they'll be like, oh, Isaac, what do you want? And I'm like, oh, I'm chasing 50 million. I need 50 million, you know? And other days you'll talk to me and I'm like, oh, Isaac, what do you want? What do you like right now? I'm just looking to invest in a life insurance policy for my baby and get a home.
So you think that's a Gemini in you, huh?
Two faces.
Two sides.
I don't even know me.
Damn.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I feel like I'm more self-aware than a lot of people, but I don't even know me. I'm still learning. Like, and I heard you talking to Scrap, and you were talking about, oh, do you think we ever figure it out? You guys asked him that, and he goes, hey, I don't think you ever figure it out, but you get close. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're learning every day.
Big Scrap. Shout out Big Scrap.
Yeah. Yes. Shout out Big Scrap. But so you guys were talking about that, and that got me thinking a little bit too. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'll ever figure it out, but I don't want to.
I don't think you should want to.
I don't want to figure it out, but peace and like happiness is like definitely the end goal, and it should be for a lot of people. Like to just be able to reach that moment in your life and your mind of that how they say it, namaste. You know,
do some yoga, man.
I need to get into something.
Yoga's fun
because I'm about 250 plus. I don't know if I look like it on camera, but I'm about like 250
They
plus.
say the camera adds pounds.
Yeah, I'm like 5'8", 250.
Golly. That's that funny money.
Yeah. It's not even the money, man. I was wrestling in college, man. 2-3 years ago, I was 174 pounds.
God damn.
Feeling great. 2-3 years. I'm saying 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was 174 pounds. Now I'm 250. I'm breathing heavy, talking into the mic.
What's it, the schedule? Is that what keep me out the gym?
No, it's the like. So when I do something, now what I've started to learn, like as I get older, I used to try to do 3 things very good at one time, right? You try to be good at a bunch of different things and put your eggs into different baskets. Now I put all my eggs into one basket.
Okay.
100%. So all of my time, all of my energy goes into the shop.
Yeah.
If I'm home and you think that I'm not working, I'm working. I'm on my phone. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm working because most of the time, and I mean this quite literally, I'm dreaming about how to improve this business. Like 100%.
Yeah.
And I just got confused in my own head. But I lost what I was talking about.
That's a big problem of mine, dog. Don't fucking worry about it. But one thing I will say to you, though, man, I think the gym does help bring that out of you tenfold. Because if I didn't go to the gym, I would not be doing this fucking podcast. There's no way. There's no way.
Why? Why you say that?
Oh, man, so many different reasons. For one, I mean, nothing in the world clears my mind more than being able to go to the gym. And I'm kind of like you in the sense that you just had that brain fart or whatever. That happens to me all the fucking time. And I am probably the least clear-minded person you will ever meet. So to find things that can make me focus on just one topic. Me and him will go to the gym, just us two. We'll be doing a podcast like this, and we will just talk about the podcast. And it fires you the fuck up because you have all these endorphins running through your body. You get all this feel-good energy. You're looking at yourself in the mirror. You just fucking bench 235 pounds, like whatever it may be. It makes you feel like the fucking man and that you can achieve whatever the fuck you want to achieve. But mainly for the clear mind part. I can focus on whatever I want to actually think about in the gym, in the sauna, when I'm doing just shit like that. I don't know.
Direct correlation between exercise and brain functionality.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's huge. I mean, that's measurable.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and getting on that, measurable. I want to just do a real quick. I'm going to drop a couple nuggets.
Let's hear.
Oh yeah,
I love the nuggets. That's what the podcast is really all about.
Is it?
Couple nuggets. Yeah, absolutely. For us, not only for us,
but for everyone.
But for everybody.
Yeah, all the viewers.
Yeah.
I want to drop a couple nuggets real quick.
Let me hear them.
Yeah. So focus on measurable results. Subjectivity is the devil.
Okay, so explain that.
Subjectivity.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're talking, or if we're say I'm trying to give you advice about your business, right?
Okay.
I have an opinion.
Yeah.
That's subjective.
Sure.
Take what I just told you that was subjective at like half value.
Yeah.
And evaluate it for yourself, right? But if I'm giving you statistical information, if I'm giving you numbers, if I'm giving you facts, that's objective, right?
Okay.
Focus on the objective. Focus on the measurable things that you can actually control and manipulate. If you're trying to manipulate facades, things that don't even exist,
Yes.
subjectivity and opinions, and you know what I mean. Even and let's move in. I'm telling you, I got ADHD or something.
You're good.
But when you're like, think about in high school when you walk through the doors on day one, right, and like you're in 9th grade, you just walked into the high school and you're thinking that, and you feel like everybody's judging you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nobody's looking at you.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck.
No one.
Nobody.
No one cares.
No
No
one.
one really cares, right? But like, and that's subjective, right? You're like, oh, I feel so this. I feel like focus on the facts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, focus on what actually matters. Focus on the things that are true. Like that's right there. What I just said sounded a little screwy. I'm not gonna lie.
Walk the people through it.
I get it though.
But what I'm trying to say is, like, if you just focus your energy on objective things, things that are actually exist, if you focus on the data, if you focus on the numbers, you can definitely scale your business. You can scale your life.
Yeah.
And that's going back into what you said, the direct correlation between mental health and exercise.
Yeah.
That's measurable.
It's measurable.
And that's been studied upon, that if you exercise, one, you'll be healthier, not in body, but also in mind, right? And you'll live a little longer. You'll feel a little better. I would be miserable too if I walked up one flight of stairs and I was wheezing.
Yeah.
I'd be miserable. Wouldn't you?
Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
let's the things that are supported behind evidence, undisputable evidence, do those things, you know? Like, I see he's getting real popular, Liver King.
Yeah.
Liver King. And I like him. He's dude's a straight animal.
Yeah.
Barbarian.
Yeah.
I don't know that everything that he's talking about is 100% true.
Yeah. He might be on roids. He might.
No.
be,
I'm not. Look, no, I'm not gonna say the man is on roids.
He might be on something. Testosterone.
That
gear,
motherfucker's on something.
something.
That's fine.
There might be.
A lot of hard work.
And there's definitely a lot of hard work behind it.
Yeah. Sure.
Excuse me.
Your excuse.
Thank you. So, but I will say though, like some of the things that he says, like, you know what I mean, they're definitely just not backed by like scientific data. You know what I mean? So like, take some of the things that he's saying, like have value. Like as soon as he started getting popular, I had a couple of my friends that go on Snapchat, they're eating raw liver.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
One time.
Well,
You gonna get-
I did see
Gotta try it.
statistically that beef liver is the most nutrient-dense food that a human being can ingest.
Yeah.
Fact. Good. I
Right.
like it. Right. Also, eating raw meat tends to get people more sick.
Sure.
That's a fact.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So, just be cognizant of the fact
Yeah.
before you start lunging into things just because you heard it somewhere or
Right.
somebody else is doing it. You know what I mean? Like, there's pros and cons to everything that we do in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
You
think-
might go into the gym, bench that 225. You know what I mean? You got the suicide grip. That bitch slipped,
Right.
and now it's on your
Bad
neck.
news.
Bad news bears.
Yeah.
For you
news.
and everybody in the
Not
gym.
good. Yeah. Not
They're about
good.
to shut
Even
it
the
down.
owner of the gym, it's not
Yeah,
good.
it's
It's not
about to
good news.
It's probably
Even
worse
if-
for him.
Even if you sign the waiver.
Yeah.
Right, but I think like what you're saying, there's a necessary due diligence that you have to go through in your own research,
Yes.
and coming to your own conclusions on the decisions that you're going to be making in your life, right?
A lot of people don't do it.
And focus on the facts. Like, you know, don't get so tied up and invested emotionally in things, and focus on the facts. Like, truth is, I would say, and this isn't. I mean, I don't know if they did statistics on this, but I'll say that the harder you work, the better you'll be. Right? I would like to think that this is true, and I'll look it up if there's any direct correlation between those things.
Better off
Hard,
to be.
hard work and success. There definitely is.
What's the measure of success? Success is
No, yeah.
Success
Success is
isn't
subjective.
measurable.
subjective.
Success is immeasurable. But I
Right.
just mean, okay, so let's say more positive results
sure,
There you go.
sure,
or better results,
okay,
further results.
sure,
So like in wrestling, for instance, like you see that the hardest working guys in the room typically tend to be the best, and the best guys in
Yes.
the room typically tend to be the hardest working in the room.
construction worker,
Hard worker.
hard workers,
Yeah, and what are you saying?
business owner, hard worker,
Okay.
success.
I don't
Good
know.
point.
I don't know because it depends. Because I got homies out here working linemen,
That's
making
true.
make $150,000 a year.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I'm poor right now.
Hmm.
You know, I got a lot of inventory.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Value there.
I got a lot of value there, but guess what? I'm poor right now. Like like broke.
Down bad.
I'm down bad right now.
Hey, me too.
So
bro.
if you-
we're
when you
all
guys
there.
watch this podcast, come in and shop, man.
Yeah, come shop.
Come shop. Seriously.
Gemini Kicks, 311 Market Street,
Yep.
Kingston, 18704. Come through, help your boy.
Come get it.
Come get it.
We got all you need, though.
Boom.
Literally. You going out this weekend? We got a pair of shoes for you.
Right.
I'm about to get this guy a job.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, I'm hearing what you're saying, though. But you have to think for yourself also.
Mm-hmm.
You can't let other people think for you because we're constantly indulging and ingesting media and content all the
Yes.
Yes.
time. Right?
Yo.
And so at some point, these people are Andrew Tate starting to think for you.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
mm.
These advertisements are starting
Yeah.
to tell you you're hungry. But are you really hungry?
Let me look into the no.
Feel what I'm saying?
We're not hungry.
Feel what I'm
But
saying?
let me look into the camera when I say this,
Go-
right?
Yeah, go for it.
The public school, high school system right now is a failure to the United States of America.
Let's talk.
The public school system in the United States of America is a failure currently.
Okay.
And
Let's
has been ever since the Industrial Revolution
yeah.
occurred.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, we
wait a
talk
minute.
about this
Wait a
all the
minute.
time.
Is this having to do with Rockefeller manipulating the way in which
Ford.
the education? Oh, sorry,
Ford.
Ford manipulated in which the way in which the education system was ran, so that we're producing people. We're producing a
Factory workers.
worker. Is that right? Have you ever heard this idea before?
I have heard this, and I think that it was leaning more towards Rockefeller and not Ford, but I could be wrong.
Maybe
you
it
might
is.
be right.
I could be wrong too. Fuck it.
You might
8
be
hours
right.
a day. Be obedient. Right?
Yeah. One class after the next.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take the same curriculum that everybody else is taking.
Yep.
Work that
Especially
we're
With
not
different
interested in.
skill sets.
Work that doesn't apply to our natural interests, skill sets.
Wear a uniform.
Wear a uniform.
Teach the same history that we've been teaching for the last 100 years.
What's going on?
I'm telling you that 100% what you just said. I don't know exactly.
I don't know the
story.
facts either.
I don't know
the facts.
the story that you're talking about. But what I will say is that the public school system was definitely manipulated in a way to make everybody appear as equal. Unfortunately, we are not. This is not true. We are not equal. We are not the same. And you can't teach everybody the same way. There is no way. And you know what? The biggest failure was, especially within the last 20, 25 years of the public school system, is that at least when I went to high school too, what was frowned upon was working with your hands. If you went to a VOTEC school and you took the mechanic shop class or you took the wood shop class to build furniture or something like that, you were a bum. If you weren't going to college, you were a failure. They lied. They lied because these guys that are going out and actually having a skill set, something tangible that they do better than 90% of the people in the world, right? They're up. You lied to us.
Yes.
You lied to us. Thank God I went to the military and I got school for free.
Yeah.
Okay, because my tuition probably would have been, what's that, 40, 80, 160,000 for the 4 years.
Fuck.
160,000.
That's the biggest business.
Biggest business.
That's the biggest business. And don't get me started. Like, I got a business management degree.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty nice, don't it?
Yeah.
It's not. It's
Well-
not. And I'll tell you why. Because there's no skill set backed by taking business management that applies more than I'd say 50% to the real world.
Yeah.
Unless you're an accountant, a nurse, something that comes with a skill set. You see
Yeah,
that? I'm an
sure.
accountant.
Yeah.
I'm a nurse.
Lawyer, attorney, something like that.
Exactly, right? Like, unless you have, like, when you played the game of life and then you got to either go around the longer path and then you get a career, or you could take the short the short instant gratification and you can move on, get your 2 kids, right? And then drive through. That game was so accurate.
Damn, I gotta play that game.
Bro, you got to play that game. And then flip the cards with careers, right? There's only about like 10 of them.
Yeah.
And then flip
Real
the card
ones.
flip the card with regular jobs. Probably about 30. Probably about 30. You know what I'm saying?
Scary.
I'm just saying, like, you know, unless you upon graduation, upon completion of finishing your undergraduate degree, you have received a title.
Yeah.
Don't do it until you do your research, until you figure it out. And what sucks is a lot of our parents are baby boomers, and they got to experience a little bit of their parents working at the same company for 20, 30 years and being able to retire and living decently, right? And truth is, we have to be adaptable, and most people aren't. And the way that the world's going nowadays, college just ain't the route. We got to figure something else out. You know, entrepreneurship is blowing up at an all-time high right now.
Sure.
Entrepreneurship is like what's what in the industry, especially in a business school, right? Now, colleges are teaching entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I went to college. That's what I went. I went to Kingston, studied entrepreneurship.
10 years ago, did they have entrepreneurship classes? I bet you they did not.
Probably not.
I bet you they did not. I don't even know, but I will bet that they did not. Majority of colleges did not teach.
They weren't breeding entrepreneurships 10 years ago.
Exactly, because I think that it's I think that it doesn't support the high school public school system.
Yes.
I don't think it supports it. So they were against it, right? But now it's so popular, and like you said, it's the biggest business in the world. They said, hey, we're going to lose a lot of these students if we don't introduce entrepreneurship classes. So let's just slap a label on it, entrepreneurship, give them one class on entrepreneurship, because that's what they do. That's what I've seen it.
Yeah.
Right. I've been in college, you know, and I love where I went. I love where I went. Go Monarchs. But what I will say is they said, hey, let's slap one class in there called entrepreneurship, taught by professors.
Who was the teacher?
Taught by professors, most of who don't have a business.
Never started a business.
Never had a business, right? I'm like, I had one amazing professor. Shout out Dr. Leffler. He might have been a Mr. Leffler. I don't know
Leffler.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out. Right? Multi businesses, best professor I ever had. He never came in trying to teach us from the book. He came in teaching us from experience. He came in teaching us from factual knowledge about business. He taught us black and white. He taught us the numbers. He taught us probability.
Yes.
You can take risks on yourself with positive probability in your favor. And there's implied probabilities. You learn that when you play poker. You can build yourself implied probabilities based on how things externally are going. So based on how the player next to you, if you see that he folded and there was an ace, queen, jack out, he probably didn't have an ace, queen, or a jack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying when you build yourself implied probability, you then put yourself in a better position to win. If people around you are folding in an area, but you know you got the nuts, and in poker the nuts is like, you know, you got the best cards on the table, nothing can beat you, right? If you have conviction in yourself and what you've built and what you have, and then you see other people folding off, does that tell you to fold?
Come on.
Does it?
Come on.
I'm asking. Does it?
Say again.
Does it tell you to fold?
No.
When people are falling off, but you
no.
got the nuts.
That tells you go.
It tells you to go, but the FOMO, fear of missing out, right? In followership, once you see people falling out, you follow suit. That's how we've been hardwired through high school.
Right.
And we're going back to that. They taught us to follow the cattle, follow where they're going, right? Don't take the unbeaten path. You know what I mean? Take the one that everybody else is going on.
I like that.
So
I got the nuts.
if you got the nuts, stick with it. If you see people folding, that doesn't mean fold. That means shout out J. Cole, double down.
What do they say?
Buy in.
What does Warren Buffett say? He says buy when there's blood in the streets.
Yes.
Right? Same kind of concept.
He said
everybody else is folding.
He said 2022 stocks fell. Thank you. I just got the stock at a discount.
Yeah, it's on sale.
It's on sale. Generational wealth.
Gemini kicks. Come get it.
Boom.
Come get it.
Go Getters
Boom.
podcast.
Let's do it. Come on, man.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir. Dude, this is crazy.
Yeah,
Life's a trip.
Dropping hella nuggets for
Life's
these
a trip.
folks.
Bro, like, trust yourself. Trust yourself, dude. I have no clue. I am such, brother. I'm getting riled up.
Let's go. Come on,
I'm about
let's
to
get him
start
up.
sweating. I'm getting riled up.
Talk to him.
Like, I have no clue why we were put here. I have zero clue. I could not tell you why we are who we are. But I will tell you, I am a little bit narcissistic because sometimes I do believe that most people are bots.
Oh,
right?
God,
And
yeah.
I'm one of the
NPCs.
very
We say that shit every
NPCs,
day.
yes, and I'm one of the very few conscious people on the planet. I truly believe that sometimes, a lot of the time. Like, I'll literally get mad. Like, I used to road rage, right? I used to road rage. Now, when I see somebody driving slow in front of me and they're in the left lane and the speed limit's 55 and they're going 55 in the passing lane, I'm like, yo, look at this damn NPC.
I know.
He was programmed to do
I'm
so.
like, yo, he's a bot. Like, he was programmed to manipulate how I feel in this moment and ruin my day. I ain't letting you ruin my day.
Don't let him do it.
Move over, NPC. And then you know what I do?
What's that?
Is it NPC or NPC?
NPC.
NPC, that's what I thought.
Non-playable character.
Yeah, non-playable character. Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out my man Darrian for the acronym.
Shout out to the NPCs.
Yeah, shout out to all the
Yeah.
NPCs in the
Watching
world.
this, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. There's probably a few of them.
Yeah, and you know what? They might get startled,
Maybe.
you know?
Maybe.
So lock your doors.
That's a scary reality.
But, you know, like, I'm not going to let that affect my life. And that's kind of helped me a little bit to think that people are NPCs because I'm like, oh, they can't help it. They were programmed to get in my way.
That's crazy, man.
They can't help it.
That's crazy.
So I don't let it bother me. Like, I'm one of the most peaceful I am at 24, and you should be, but I'm the most peaceful that I've ever been at this point right now in my life because I just don't allow a lot of bullshit to enter my space.
It's important.
Yeah. Like, I go to sleep early.
Mm-hmm.
My friends will tell you, like, I used to be a party animal. We can go out all night, 3 nights in a row. I'm in the crib by 9 p.m. sleeping like a baby. I feel so content. I feel so comfortable.
Man.
I'm not at inner peace because, like I said, I need to get a home.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still on the grind, go getter. But yeah, man, like I'm comfortable right now.
So you get that home, man. What is it for you? What do you see after or for your life once you get that house with the white picket fence and the dog and the wife and the kid?
Build self. I want to be a better man. I want to be a better man. You know what I mean? Better. Would I be a fiance?
That's measurable.
Am I a fiance? Like, if I propose, she's my fiance, I'm her fiance,
Hold on.
right?
The marriage game kind of freaks me out a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie to you.
Why?
Because why do we got to make this agreement with the government?
Come on, bro. You gonna fuck my head up.
Did you
right
talk
now.
to Shorty about that yet or not?
No. Listen, I said, like,
Why are we signing the paper with the government?
Yeah.
bro, I think everything, bro. Unfortunately, I think everything is a cash grab.
Oh, yeah.
I think everything is a cash grab. You
It's
know
a
what I
fair
mean?
assessment.
And they tell you, hey, you're gonna receive all these tax incentives once you get married. We're gonna file you jointly. But what they didn't tell you was all that money put together, and then when that money's put together, we're gonna tax you at a higher
More.
tax
Yeah.
bracket.
Yeah.
Higher tax bracket, aka we taking more money, more money,
That's the game.
Mo problems.
more money,
Mo problems.
more money.
Mo problems.
Mo problems.
It's crazy. So don't get me started on that, because I was literally just enjoying this wave of being a fiance.
Yeah.
And like, you're kind of killing it for me right
Don't
now.
let Shorty
I'm not
watch
gonna
this.
let you know.
Don't even let her watch it.
The
Nah,
last
I'm gonna let
couple
her
minutes.
watch it, but
then that's on
are we
me.
good on time?
No,
I
you
hope
tell
I'm not
me.
killing you.
Yeah.
You tell me.
I'm good.
We're great.
Yeah, we're great.
Awesome. You know, I might have to come over and help y'all edit, because we're about to ramp.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just want to be a better man. I want to be a better husband eventually. You
Let
know
me
what I
ask
mean?
you this.
I want to be a good dad.
What
Shout out my
happened?
baby girl Harper.
How does one become a better man? Like, how is that measurable?
That is definitely
That's
measurable.
Super
You think?
measurable.
That's
Yeah,
measurable
heck yeah.
within self,
Heck yeah.
and it's measurable against the written word, the scripture, the gospel. You know what I mean? Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal.
Those virtues,
That's easy.
right?
Yeah.
You should be able to do that, and unfortunately, at this point in my life, I'm not.
It's not easy though.
It's not easy, but I want to achieve that. I owe it to myself to achieve that. I owe it to my friends. I owe it to my family. I owe it to
Yes.
the community, for the common good of the humankind.
Yes.
To be a better man, to be the best man that
Yeah.
I can be.
Because if you serve, you have to be that way.
If I
Right?
serve,
If you serve your people every day. You serve the people who come in the store.
Oh.
You serve your family.
Serve the country.
servant leadership.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Servant leadership.
Yeah.
Best type.
Yeah.
Servant leadership. Steve Jobs. Servant leadership.
What's that about?
Servant leadership just means like, hey man, like, I'm here for you, but you don't just say that, because that's a gimmick.
Yeah, it is.
Like, that's a
no,
gimmick.
really, it is.
A lot of people say that, like, hey, I'm here for you, man.
Yeah.
They got that little grin on their
Uh-huh.
face. I'm here for you. And it's a lie. Servant leadership is quite literally like, you're staying extra hours. You know, say the cleaning guy couldn't come in, right?
Yes.
Cleaning guy couldn't come in. I got my employees here the next morning. It's holiday season. It's
Yes.
going to be busy. I'm the boss.
Yes.
I'm going to come in prior to them getting here, and I'm going to clean up. Servant leadership. I want you to have a smooth transition into your morning, because if I put more obstacles in your way, you might have a bad day.
Yeah.
Now, yes, it is beneficial for me, because I'm hoping that you will now operate at a high frequency.
Yeah.
But you took the initiative.
But I took the initiative to help you, and then that's just a mutual respect thing. You feel that. Hey, he took the time. He came here at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
and picked up the broom. He's the boss. He picked up the broom and he swept and he mopped. This place looks better than it. Like that, you set the precedence. You set the standard for you and your people when you're a servant leader.
I love it.
Everybody around you follows suit.
But you owe that to yourself and you owe that to everybody else.
I got a quick question.
Go ahead.
How old are you?
20.
Wow.
21.
Wow.
21.
You guys are very impressive.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
This story is very impressive. What you're doing is very impressive.
Seriously, man.
You guys are definitely on path. I don't know what you guys want. Matter of fact, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
I want you first.
What do I want?
What do you expect? Not what do you expect? What would you like to achieve from doing this?
Oh, well,
Like, just be honest. Like, is there profits in the future for you? Is there a legitimate like studio for you? Like maybe in some penthouse downtown?
oh man, see, I think all of that shit is beautiful. I think money's beautiful. I think that extravagant lifestyle, penthouse lifestyle is beautiful. I think that comes with you being, like what you're saying, the best you that you can be. And what I see, I guess, in the future for this is I don't think I'll ever quit doing this shit. I don't think I would ever stop having influential, positive, entertaining, funny, fucking just great conversations with people. Why would you not want to do that, right? So at the base of it, it's a very simple formula. I get to talk to dope people like yourself who own businesses like this, who do great things, and I get to learn things as well. So where I see this going in the future, and me and him talk about it often. Have you ever played Mortal Kombat? It's a video game. There's a character, Shang Tsung. He takes people's souls and shit. And not at a negative level. I don't see this at a negative level. But I take so much from each individual person that I talk to that at the end of the day, I think I will be the best version of myself that I can be. And like I was saying, I genuinely believe I could do this forever. I love doing it. It's easy for me. Not easy in the sense that it's easy, but it's easy to sit down and talk to people. Everything behind the scenes, I enjoy that too. It keeps me going. It keeps me fired up. And honestly, I talk about it often, but my whole life I was very antisocial. I didn't like talking to people. I didn't enjoy really meeting new people. I didn't enjoy going out. I was lazy. I didn't really have a plan for my life. And I'm in such a good place now, given that just shit went right for me and my brain changed and I got older, I got more mature. I see my life being very successful, and I always have, but I never knew how I was going to get there, and now I know how I'm going to get there. So I'm not going to take my foot off the brake.
I feel like one of them people.
What's that?
I just spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I was very antisocial.
Yeah.
And then I look at him, like before he said it, and I'm like, he's 19?
20.
20.
No.
And he said, I was very antisocial, and I'm like, oh, must be nice to be such a natural orator, be so good at communication. You know, dude, like, good for you, man. I'm glad to hear that.
It's true too.
Yeah, no, dude, that's super impressive to hear you say that. Few years ago, that was probably just a few years ago for you because you're freshly out of high school, 2 years, right?
I didn't even really have many aspirations besides playing NFL football in high school. That's what I always wanted to do. So I always wanted to do something, but I didn't know what until around my senior year. So yeah, right around 2 years ago, I think is when I really started taking initiative and figuring out what the fuck I was going to do in my life.
Well, I know you're going to be successful because you have great communication skills, and that's the future right now.
Thank you, brother.
No doubt. Impressive.
No doubt.
Next.
What's the question again?
The question is, what do you want to like achieve from doing this? What do you see coming from this podcast? Where do you see this going? What kind of rewards would you like to reap from doing the podcast? What does it mean to you?
Well, I like what Kevin said, like just being able to learn from everybody that I sit down with. Being able to really broaden my perspective from every single person that I sit down with, because I think back to a little bit what we talked about. Sometimes navigating the life as a human, it's all perception. And we get caught within our own illusions.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? We may believe things to be true. We may have these ideologies in our head that, this person's out to get me or whatever it might be. So if I can continue to broaden my perspective and to see the truth and to really immersify myself into reality, then that can help me to maintain my peace. That can help me to maintain my happiness, you know? And I like to learn. I really love to learn. I like to see other people's ideas. I like to see what they're doing creatively. I think all that stuff is really beautiful, and there's just so much, you know, there's so much value to that. It's a networking hack, you know? What incentive does somebody have to sit down with me and answer any question that I have to ask them? I'm sharing their message as well.
Yeah. I think the incentive, like, especially for me, is because just how you guys enjoy the conversation and you're picking out golden nuggets.
Yeah.
As am I.
Yeah, but
like, I'm a student of the game.
But what's going to happen is we're going to post this, and somebody's going to see Gemini kicks. Look at all those shoes, man. Mm-hmm. Damn, I wanted them Yeezys for a minute. I didn't know where to get them.
Now I do.
And now people are going to come. And so it's mutually beneficial. See what I'm saying? So I'm adding value in a way there, and I like the podcast because it's a form of expression. I think that's what everybody is truly trying to do with themselves, is express themselves. Not everybody knows how to express themselves, even me. Maybe you. But we're trying to learn how we want to express ourselves from our truest source of authenticity. You know what I mean? And I have a lot of interests. I'll have a lot of hats that I wear. I really love martial arts. I really love sports. I really love reading books. I'm getting into plants now, which is weird as fuck. I don't know why, but I like plants. You know what I mean? I have a lot of different things that I'm interested in. I like business. I like talking to people. I like psychology. I love all this stuff, you know? So this gives me an opportunity to learn in all these events and all these fields, rather. And it also gives me the opportunity to share what I know and to give value to people. Now, in terms of the physical, oh, man, you know, I'm going to be able to, my job is going to be able to sit down and talk to people. My job is going to be able to sit down and talk and to learn, which is so cool. And, yeah, this is going to make us money, no doubt, because people are going to want to put their sponsor on this thing. Yeah. People are going to want to, you know, get involved in this because of the direction we're going. I have so much confidence that me and Kevin are going to run this shit to the roof. Me and Kevin really come from, like, bro, I'm saying, like, sleeping on the floor, mouse running through the heater, no food in the crib. I'm talking about we wanted a little bit of flavor, so we had to put the lemon juice and sugar in the water. I'm saying, like, we really come from that.
Manifest, dude. That is so good to hear.
So what I'm telling you, like, one day we're going to be in, who knows, Texas, North Carolina, somewhere with this big old warehouse with the MMA gym and all the weightlifting session in there. The studio's going to be in there. The recovery session. Man, it's going to be something out the movies, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. Woo! It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, boy. And I wanted you guys to, like, why I like turning the tables too, because I kind of been in the position that you guys are in before, where a lot of the time, like, you're the person putting in the work, right? And a lot of times you neglect yourself and what you want. So I asked you those questions specifically because now they're documented. And a couple years down the road, and I do this to myself in other videos that I've posted, and to see my growth. You guys are gonna look back in this and hear the responses that you gave me, right? And you're gonna be able to build off of that.
Yes.
Now it's a measurable. Yeah. Now it's a measurable thing, right? So like you could look back and be like, nah, 3 years ago, I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought I was gonna be a football player. But now you have actual undisputable evidence of you guys telling me what your future was going to be like and where you guys are going to take this thing. So I just want you guys to put that out in the air, and you really did with the manifestation. I love it.
Man, that's probably the coolest part about doing this podcast, and I didn't even touch on that. And me and him talk about this often as well, but it's like in 10, 15, 20 years, you go have a couple pictures, you're going to have a couple Snapchat memories, a couple videos, but we will have documented hours, hundreds of thousands of hours of just content of us talking at all stages of life. So I'll get to see what I was like when I was 20. I'll get to see what I was like when I was 21, 22, 23, fucking 30. You know what I'm saying? So at all stages of life, I'll be fucking 90, whatever, on my deathbed. I'll get to go on YouTube. God forbid fucking YouTube still exists, right? I get to go on there. Hundreds of episodes.
It's a legacy thing, bro.
That is awesome.
I always bring this up in all of our a lot of our podcasts, and there's this old Jewish proverb, and it goes like this. It goes, every man should do 3 things in his lifetime. Plant a tree, write a book, have a son. Because all 3 of those things will live beyond him. You get what I'm saying? So even when him and I are gone, death is inevitable. Even when we're gone, people can go back and watch these podcasts. Inshallah. You know what I'm saying?
Alhamdulillah, God give me everything. Honestly.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
Gives me everything. That's so cool, man.
Isaac, thank you so much for letting us come to your shop, bro. Thank you so much for sitting down with us and giving you your time and being generous with your time. It's truly a blessing to be here, bro.
Yeah, man. And these nuggets, man,
Thank
like
you.
I think the people, they're gonna see it. Everybody gonna hear this, and
For sure.
it'll live on.
Yeah.
But
Boom.
seriously.
Second question though, real quick.
All right.
Sorry,
All right.
I'm running it out.
All right.
Nah, go for it.
How many people have you guys?
Talk to?
Yeah.
Damn, like what, 25 now?
Yeah, kind of. I
20
mean, it
no, no, no.
depends
No, no,
because
no.
we did Walter twice. We did 2 MMA shows with the same people.
That's true.
Besides that, all individuals though.
Episodes,
I
yes.
could guarantee that you guys have learned more from speaking to these
Josh Snell, man.
these amazing people, bro. I can guarantee that you learn more in 4 months of you guys working this actively. You guys probably got 10 years plethora of knowledge.
Who knows, man?
Yeah, seriously.
I bet you. I bet, and that's not measurable,
Yeah.
but I'm willing to bet on that because you've spoken to some serious people.
Yeah.
Back to the school thing though. Like I've learned more, or I've retained more information in 3 to 4 months of my life than I have in 12 years of going to high school. And granted, this is closer, like I can remember it easier, but still, most of the people I talked to and the things we talked about just drove my brain in a different way that many other things have never done for me. And I'm bad at retaining information.
You're not being talked to.
It's a
You're
good
talking.
point.
You're talking. You're not being talked to. You're having a conversation.
Yes.
Like, this is true learning. This is where knowledge comes from.
Yeah, maybe this is the way that human beings were supposed to
We are. We were born. We were born. We were made to interact with one
conversate, right? We're social animals.
another. Yes,
Yes.
we are social butterflies. And
That's the truth.
and you have to speak to people, bro, to understand everything
Yes.
in the universe. Bro, to understand your spouse, talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
To understand business, talk to someone that knows business.
Mm-hmm.
All you gotta do is talk to somebody. Speak up. Speak up. Closed mouth doesn't get fed. Shout out my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
He been saying that to me since I was a young lad.
Shout out Brian.
Yeah, shout out Brian. I was just going to say that. That's my friend Brian's favorite quote.
Yeah, man. Closed mouth does not get fed. And that's 100% true. And a lot of the times I see myself and I find myself not speaking up against personal injustice that goes against me.
Mm.
And I say injustice because if it doesn't go in my favor and if it's targeting me, it's injustice. I need to speak up, and I should. But a lot of us don't. Like, somebody might say something that offends you and you brush it off.
Mm-hmm.
But while doing that, you might feel like the bigger man. And, you know what I mean? You might go home and be like, man, I should have said something to him. Who does he think he is? You know what I mean? You probably should have said it to the person because you probably opened a doorway to accept that kind of behavior later on. Maybe from the same person, maybe from somebody else, you know.
You're teaching him how to treat you.
Exactly.
In a way.
And you have to have the highest respect for self.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I get it. We all bleed the same. But how I care about me and how you care about me is two different things.
Yes.
Different.
Because I love me.
I love me some me. Who said that? Ocho Cinco?
Probably Drake.
Yeah.
Probably everybody.
Sound like some Drake.
Yeah.
I don't know. All the good stuff that I hear in the world gotta be some Drake.
Some Drake shit. It's a
It
good
gotta be
point.
some Drake. You know, Drake too. Back to a point I said earlier. Drake said everybody wants to move somewhere else until they move to a new city and find out it's the same as the last one. I don't know. He didn't really say it like that, but you know, he said it more suavecito than that.
Yeah. Suavecito, yeah.
You know.
You move around to a bigger city, you just find that you're in a bigger version of what you just left.
Yeah, man. It's all about perception. It's all about perspective, how you take things. You know, walking through life with confidence, positive vibes, good people. Boom. Go-getters.
Boom.
Gemini kicks.
Go-getters podcast. Boom.
Takeover.
Let's do it.
The invasion.
Ooh.
You guys good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This has been a fucking great conversation, Isaac. Thank you again for having us, man. We've been trying to do this for a little bit of time. We finally made it happen. You know, I think the people are going to eat this one up, man.
Thank you for having me, man. I enjoyed
Thank you.
it.
For sure.
I love
man.
this.
We'll do it again, man.
I was
think
tired before I came.
Fired up, man.
I got life.
Got some
Yeah.
juice now,
Y'all
right?
gave me
That's
life.
what we do, man. That's what we do over here at the
Yeah.
Go-Getters.
Try, man.
Yeah. Boom. Man, I wish y'all so much success, man.
Gemini kicks.
you,
Come
brother.
on, man. Come shop.
Thanks
Boom.
for being on.
311 Market Street, Kingston.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
do it.
Come pick up a pair of shoes for you and her and your
Boom.
mother.
Go get his
Boom.
podcast.
Come on. Bang.
Boom.
Check it the fuck